Okay guys, so what you just saw at the beginning of this video was a short clip of the Miata at the end of part 6. What you're currently watching now is part 5. So if you want to see the Miata when it's completely finished and all put together, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can see when I post that video, and like and comment and let me know what you think about the build. But for now, enjoy part 5 where we install the bumpers and the radiator in this car and watch it come together before our eyes. I'm going to quit talking about it so you guys can get to the video. Please enjoy. Alright, welcome guys. So in the last video, what you saw was us getting the front bumpers painted. That's where we left off on that video. And now we have pushed the car back inside and we're going to start assembling the bumpers on this thing. So the bumpers are all ready to go on. I do have to figure out some hardware for them. And I think before we put the front bumper on, we're going to go ahead and get the radiator changed. That way, I'm not leaning over the front bumper to get it changed. Because the reason why we have to change it is there is a crack right along there. You may be able to see it from here. I'm not really sure. But yeah, we got to get that radiator changed. And then I'm thinking once the radiator's changed, we can go ahead and slap on the front bumper. But for now, let's go ahead and tackle this rear bumper and get it all put together. Alright guys, so we got the back bumper mounted. As you saw in the last video, I was putting all the bolts in. However, we did not mount it the way that it was mounted from the factory and the way that I pulled it off. Originally it had some plastic clips with screws in them, like that. And none of them worked right. They were all stripped out, messed up. And not only that, but the bracket, the metal bracket that our bumper actually, that those go through and fasten our bumper down, is all bent up and wavy, and I don't have another one. So I'll show you the way that I mounted this bumper. I think it's even better than using plastic clips and stuff, but I'll let you guys decide for yourselves. So here we are at the back bumper. What I ended up doing was sticking washers up under the bumper to kind of give it the correct spacing. And then I just used some 3/8 self-tappers and screwed it down. And it worked out pretty good. Worked out super good. So I think the bumper looks really good on there. The car is really starting to come together back here. I did just order some taillights for this thing. I wanted something a little bit fancier than what I got, but they really don't make great taillights for these cars. So they make like LED ones on all over, but they just look cheap and don't look very nice. So what I ended up doing was just getting like basically factory headlights, but with a black housing. So it'll be aftermarket, but it won't be anything fancy. But once we get the taillights and the finish panel in, the rear end will be pretty much complete. So as for right now, what we're gonna do next is drop the rear end of this car down, and then we are going to push it back so that I can work on the front end. Not sure if I'm going to start getting the bumper mounted or if I'm going to start putting the radiator in. To be honest, I like doing, like, once I start something, I like to finish it before I move on to the next thing. So I'd really like to get these bumpers on and get everything mounted and good to go before I start doing mechanical things. But on the other hand, I also don't want to be leaning over my front bumper, scratching it up. You know, I just freshly painted it yesterday, so. But we'll figure out what to do, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, I went ahead and decided to go ahead and throw in the radiator while we had the front bumper on. It looks like there are a few bolts underneath that would be much easier to get to if we just left the bumper off, replaced the radiator, and then threw the bumper back on. So that's what we're going to tackle now. I went ahead and ordered a radiator from DNA Motoring on eBay. It was $130 and you get an aftermarket two-row aluminum radiator. So this thing will be much better. I know that the stock radiators have a problem with the top end tank cracking around the radiator cap. So we went ahead and just did away with that completely and bought a brand new aluminum radiator. So it's a nice little upgrade and it was cheap. The factory radiator, brand new, you could get it on like Car ID for around $70, but for 60 bucks more, you can get an aluminum radiator that should be better at cooling and it looks a lot nicer. So we're gonna go ahead and tackle this radiator install so that we can get back to mounting our front bumper. So it looks like we need to take out this air box just to get more room, get our electric fans out, and our radiator hoses. We're gonna need to drain the coolant, obviously, and this thing should come right out. Looks like there's plenty of room, so let's get started. Funny enough, whoever had the car previously had already had these loose for some reason. Perfect. Just a little splash. There's one electric fan. There she is, guys. So, as you can see there is a crack going all across there right under the radiator cap. And I guess that's common on these, so that's why we had to replace this one. Alright, we got all of our hardware swapped over, and now it's time to try and drop this thing down in. See how she feels. Radiator is installed. It does look pretty good. The only thing that's left to do with this is we've got a big hole here in our intake. We are going to have to plug that using a rubber freeze plug. So we will get that done. But overall, the install was pretty decent. It could have went a little bit smoother than I wanted, but it turned out pretty nice. So, and that radiator looks so much better than the factory one. the factory one's plastic, and the plastic starts to turn a weird color, and it just isn't very nice. But now, the moment we've all been waiting for, we can go ahead and get that bumper mounted. It's looking pretty good over there. So we're gonna jump on that, and I'll catch you guys after. The front bumper is on, the rear bumper's on. The marker lights are all in. I mean, the car is almost complete. So I'm gonna let you guys take a look at it and see what you think about it. I think that chin spoiler just made the whole car. The front bumper made the whole car look so much more complete now. We gotta get rid of those wheels. Still looking for some wheels. I'm getting ready to buy new ones if I can't find any soon, but check that out. And it is low. So car's gonna get even lower when we put our coilovers on it. I think the car is really gonna start coming together here shortly. I mean, it already has come so far, but as far as aftermarket stuff goes, I really think that things are about to pick up. So let me know what else you guys want to see done to this car, and we'll go from there. As far as powertrain wise, I still don't have any plans at all. So let me know what you guys think I should do in the comments. But for now, I think that's going to be it for this video. And in the next video, we'll start moving on to doing more aftermarket parts. As you saw in this video, we had to get that radiator in to make our life easier with doing that while the front bumper was off. But I think the rest of the aftermarket stuff I'm going to leave for the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you enjoy. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.